Hello friends, I managed to complete the whole Deadpool diner in just 2 days. I got 500 million BUBs, and as you can see I claimed the variant of Cassandra Nova, and I know a lot of you have been struggling, so I want to tell you my strategy and how I did everything. I set up a goal for myself because the numbers can be quite intimidating, right? And I wanted a little achievement from my efforts. So the first goal was always to get to the BUB refill upgrade. What that means if you get the BUB refill upgrade is that you're gonna get overall more BUBs to regenerate if you don't have enough, right? So overall you're gonna start getting more BUBs with each upgrade. And now moving on to the strategy. So I always go 2 tiers below the actual tier that I have enough BUBs for. So for example, I have enough BUBs to go into the pizza tier. That means I have 2560k. I wouldn't go into the pizza tier straight away because I might lose it. You never know if locations gonna mess you up, if you're gonna have a counter, or if something might happen. You might not retreat, you might retreat, but I think the best thing I did for myself was to go to the hot dog, which is 2 years below. Once I stay in the hot dog, I gather enough to go to the next tier. I have enough for the dumpling. I'll move 1 tier from the hot dog to the tacos, and the tacos is 2 tier before the dumpling. So I did that all the way 2 tiers below until I got to the ice cream. So now here I don't go 2 tiers below, I just go 1 tier below. So I stay here in the kebabs. I stay here in the kebabs until I double the ice cream value. So I got around 900k, right? And once I had 900k, I felt like I want to go to the ice cream straight away. But you need to retreat a lot when you are at turn 3, because on turn 4 the game automatically snap. So you need to make sure that you retreat if you think that you're not going to win the game at that point. And I retreated a lot, and I'll give you some example. I'm in the infinite, right? In the infinite I hate retreating, so I don't really care about the number, so I'll just lose, right? But in here, you're gonna lose much more. And trust me, it's okay to lose 100k. I've lost 4 million, right? So it might seem like a big numbers, but I assure you, you can acquire them faster than if you just lose everything. And so yeah, so continuing with the strategy, right? Here, I stay in the ice cream until I get enough for the cherry pie, right? Then I have enough for the cherry pie. I stay still in the ice cream level until I double my cherry pie earning, right? So I have now 4 million. After I have won 4 million, I'm confident I went in the cherry pie straight away. I stayed in the cherry pie until I earn enough double for the chimichanga. Now I have double. Now I can go to the chimichanga straight away. So by double means I have 20,000 million BUBs, 10,000 million BUBs are needed. And then the next tier is the maximum effort, right? So I stayed in the chimichanga until I got 100,000 million. And then once I got 100 million, I went to the maximum effort. And I stayed at a maximum effort because there's so many bots here. There's not that many players that have reached that level. It depends also on your collection level, but it's quite high likely to get a mix of real player and bots. Honestly, I get only bots. Like probably 60 to 70% of the time, it was only bots that I was facing. So it was very easy climb once I got here and once I got the BUB upgrade as well. Now I want to give you some tips about how to get the most out of the event. As I said, retreat, retreat, and retreat. And you need to evaluate on the turn 3, right? What are your chances of winning? Should I stay or should I just retreat? And I'm telling you, retreating on turn 3 and losing 100k, losing 50k BUBs is not that big of a deal. You can get them very, very quick. But if you have to lose everything and then wait for the BUBs refill, that's just kind of annoying. You want to play, right? So you don't want to do that. And so you have to retreat. The next tip is, let's say you have 60k BUBs, right? You have 60k and you're about to go to sleep. I would say go to the higher tier as much as possible. For example, I have a 60k, I can go to the stake. I know we said 2 tiers before that, but because the BUB will refuel overnight, I can just afford it. I can go to the stake. If I win, that's absolutely great. Then I go to the kebabs, then I go to ice cream, right? Until I kind of exhaust everything. If I keep going, then happy, I'm keep going. Maybe I'll play a little bit longer. If I end up losing everything, I go to sleep, and in the morning it's refueled again. You should not do that if you have more than the actual BUB upgrades. For example, here I have 423.68 million, so I think that's a little bit over the upgrade, so I'm not really refilling anything. So in that case, maybe you should just keep them. Now let's talk about bots. How do you know that you're facing bots? Bots are kind of easy to spot, and I didn't know how to spot them before, but because I face so many, I kind of understood how to differentiate between real player and a bot. First of all, notice the title. They all most of the time have capitals. All the letters in their username are capitals. They have some avatar that it's like a bit suspicious. It's very basic sometimes. Also the card back, like they use the green dino card back. They use some of the basic card backs as well. The third thing is they love Daredevil. I don't know what's up with bots loving Daredevil, but as soon as I see Daredevil, I'm kind of leaning towards thinking that's a bot, because there's so many bots I faced and they have Daredevil. And you need to be careful with bots. You actually need to treat bots like a real player, because some of the bots are OP. They're so strong, and I lost to bots. I lost to bots 4 million BUBs. It was so annoying, and I knew it was a bot. Because I see his behavior, but some of them have very strong decks. For example, one of the decks I faced like was a Destroy. He had Nimzola, the Venom, and then I lost the game. And there's some scenarios where they can do big plays. They had some ongoing decks, they have Destroy deck as I mentioned, so they have a full deck sometimes. So you need to treat them as a real player, even though you think they're bot. They might be very strong. They might surprise you with Iron Man last turn, which happened to me quite often. And at one point, I was really prepared for everything, and I just played the best as I can because I just wanted to finish with this event. Now, let's talk about the deck I used. Uh, I used Khazar deck, Gilgamesh deck. I love this deck. If I see Destroy, if I see Arushim, most of the time I retreat because it's a big counter for me. But this deck gives you big numbers, and I honestly love this. I played this in Infinite, I played this in here, and I had a lot of success. You might see a lot of high evolutionary decks. They're hard to beat, so you might need to retreat as soon as you see that they high evolutionary. Some decks, as soon as I know that they're my counter, I don't stay. I just retreat on the first round. I know it's frustrating. I don't like retreating too. I'm sure you don't as well. But you just want to finish with this event and get all the rewards. So that's all it matters. So at the end of the day, if you don't feel confident, just retreat. And I get Mysterio with Sasquatch package, which is super strong. I play Mysterio on turn 2, then I play Sasquatch on turn 3 straight away. Then we have Bishop here. Sometimes I would, if I have Bishop in my starting hand on turn 1, maybe I play 1 drop, then on turn 2 I could skip my turn if I have 2 drops, right, and I don't have Mysterio, so I'll play Bishop, and then on turn 4 I would just go with the small things, if I don't have Khazar, for example, or Gwenpool as well. So I love this deck, and on the final turn I'll go Gilgamesh with one of the 1 cost, and they don't really expect the power level that will come out of Gilgamesh. Plus, let's say we get a Squirrel Go. If we already have Blue Marmor Khazar, that's 4 point Squirrel Go with Gilgamesh going crazy to 17 sometimes, and even more. It's really good deck. So that's what I played. It's maybe not for everyone, but you need to experiment the decks to find the best one you will have the most success with. For example, on the first day, I managed to only get my BUB refill upgrade to 60,000, which is not that much, honestly. So I ended up the day with 60,000 BUBs, and I was kind of feeling frustrated because I couldn't find the deck. So I tried a lot of decks on the low tiers to find out which deck is the best work for me. So, for example, I would stay in the ramen place until I find a deck. I tried Irisham, I tried Discard, I tried my Phoenix deck, so many decks, and I end up at this Kazoo Gilgamesh deck. I had the most success. I was mostly confident with them, and I felt like I know what my counters are, what my limits are, and I know when to retreat. So that was really, really the most important thing. Maybe the meta could be suiting for you. Maybe it's an off-meta deck which you know what your counters are, you know when to retreat, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day. You just want to get the rewards. I didn't pay any gold at all. I achieved everything without paying, so I'm sure you can do it too. And I know it can feel intimidating again to have these big numbers, but you gradually see how each day is because of the BUB mark level up. You just have naturally more BUBs to play with each day, and once you get to Cassandra Nova, I mean, if you cannot get everything after that, it's okay. You got Cassandra Nova. It's not that big deal. What you get? You get few borders and variants. But at the end of the day, you just need the card so you can play new strategies. If there's something, some decks that you like with Cassandra Nova, so that's the most important thing. So don't sweat it if you don't get it to the end. But I'm sure you can. Maybe not for everyone because it requires some play and it requires some patience, but it's not the end of the world. Just try to get Cassandra Nova, and that's the most important thing. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. So leave me a comment, give me a like, support the channel. I put video once in a while. Haven't been a while since the last one. It's actually just to the uploaded. But if you like the content, um, I'll be happy if you stay here. I'll try to make more videos if people really like it. So we'll see how it goes. And I'll see you on the next one.